Let's be real for a second. Have you ever wondered what it actually takes to be considered wealthy? I mean, we're constantly seeing these huge numbers and lifestyles that can make financial freedom feel like a total fantasy. But what if the way we're measuring wealth is just completely wrong? Okay, let's really get into this.
So it all kind of kicked off with this one number. A Charles Schwab survey in late 2024 went totally viral. It said that the average American believes you need a net worth of about $2.5 million to be wealthy.
And I really want you to notice the emphasis on that word believe. Because for a lot of us, a number that high isn't some inspiring goal. It's a wall. It feels completely out of reach.
But here's the thing. That's just what people think. It's perception. So what happens when we push aside the headlines and look at the actual hard data from the Federal Reserve? Well, the picture changes a lot. Let's break down what's really going on.
First, just a super quick clarification so we're all on the same page. The key metric we're using is net worth. It's simple. It's everything you own, your assets, minus everything you owe, your liabilities. And yeah, that includes the equity you have in your home, which you'll see is a really big deal.
So let's start our journey up the real net worth ladder. We'll begin at the bottom, with the bottom half of U.S. households, a group that's really focused on just moving from surviving day to day to finding some solid financial ground.
So the bottom quarter of American households, they have a net worth below about $29,000. And listen, this isn't just young people right out of college. This is also a lot of people who've been knocked down by a job loss, an illness, or just the relentless crush of rising costs.
You know, life at this level is incredibly fragile financially. Just one unexpected car repair can push you into high-interest debt, and that's the biggest danger here, what we're calling the wealth vacuum. It's this quiet force that just sucks away any progress you try to make.
So, the mission in this zone is crystal clear. It's all about stability. It's a three-step game plan. Number 1, attack that high-interest debt. Number 2, build a small emergency fund, just enough to break the cycle. And number 3, always, and I mean always, capture that free money from an employer match if you have one.
All right, let's move up to the next rung on the ladder and see how this all builds. We're now in the lower middle class. We're talking a net worth between roughly $29,000 and $209,000.
Now, folks in this group usually have steady jobs. They're starting to build some savings. But the number one enemy here, it's lifestyle inflation. You know exactly what this is. It's that moment you finally feel like you can breathe a little, so you immediately upgrade the car, the apartment, the subscriptions, and just like that, your raise has vanished.
So the mission here is to create margin, a buffer, some breathing room. That means automating your savings so you're paying yourself before you pay anyone else. It means building up a real, solid emergency fund. And it means looking for ways to intentionally boost your income. Because remember, wealth isn't just what you make, it's what you actually hold on to.
Okay, we're now crossing the halfway point. We're into the upper 50%, and this is where the rules of the game really start to change, and your money starts to do some of the heavy lifting for you.
So, welcome to the upper middle class. Now we're talking about a net worth between about $209,000 and $714,000. A surprise expense at this stage, it's more of an annoyance than a total crisis.
At this stage, your assets have hit what you could call a boiling point. It's where the growth becomes really noticeable year after year. But here's the huge trap. People get comfortable. They plateau. Their finances look good enough, so they stop optimizing. They leave cash sitting around doing nothing and stop planning for the next big step.
And here it is. This is the number we've been building towards. According to the actual data, the upper class in America starts at a net worth of around $714,000. Not $2.5 million, not some crazy celebrity number. This is the real threshold for the top 25%.
So what does wealth at this level actually get you? Well, it buys you time and options. The stress changes from how do I survive to how do I protect this? But a lot of people here are asset rich and cash poor, with their wealth tied up in things like their home. Now, for the really wealthy, the top 10%, the game changes completely. It's less about saving and way more about owning systems and businesses that generate income. Okay, now here's where we need to take a sharp turn, because comparing yourself to the entire country, from a 22-year-old just starting out to a 75-year-old retiree, it's just a flawed way to look at things. We need context.
So I have to ask you, are we even using the right map for this journey? I mean, these national numbers are interesting for sure, but are they actually useful for measuring your own progress?
Okay, look at this.
This chart reframes everything. Your net worth naturally and pretty dramatically grows as you get older. The median for someone under 35 is about 39 grand, but for someone between 65 and 74, it's over 400,000. Your personal timeline matters so much more than some national label.
And this example just makes the point perfectly. Let's say you've got a 25-year-old with a $25,000 net worth. On that national scale, they might look lower class. But when you compare them to their own age group, they're actually ahead of the curve. They're building fantastic momentum. See, context is absolutely everything.
So let's bring this all home. The real goal here isn't to get obsessed with these labels, lower, middle, upper class. It's to understand that building wealth is a process. It's a direction you're traveling in, not some single number you have to hit or you failed.
And let's just bust the biggest myth out there once and for all. A high income does not automatically make you wealthy. You can earn a ton of money and have a zero or even negative net worth. Wealth is built by the boring, consistent habit of keeping and investing what you earn. That's it.
So, find your place on this map and just focus on your mission. If you're starting out, your entire mission is stability. If you're in the middle, it's about creating margin. And for those who have built a solid base, it's all about practicing intention with your wealth. The label truly does not matter nearly as much as the direction you are consistently heading.
Remember that $2.5 million number from the beginning? It came from looking over our shoulders, from comparison. And comparison is the fastest way to feel like you're behind, even when you're making incredible progress. Because ultimately, wealth isn't a destination you arrive at. It's a direction you choose to stay on, day after day.